Frugal Hugel Gardener, and today, first thing in the morning, I'm outside. It keeps raining, it stops, it rains, it stops. There's a storm coming, a little bit of hail. I'm gonna have to stop in a little bit and let it pass by. However, I'm out here this morning and I really want to go dig another peach tree bed, but with it being wet and stuff, I don't know if I'll be able to. So I brought out some plants that I had inside, and then I brought them out to the porch to harden them up. And now I want to go ahead and transplant them into pots. So since I'm going to be in and out with this rain coming on and off, and some thunder, and it says some hail, I got to do something. I don't want to stay in the house. So I've been up since 3 a.m. working on my Facebook group, working on my YouTube channel, and tending some plants in the house. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab me some pots. I got pots all over the place. I got like 300 over there. I got a couple over here, some on the porch. I'm just going to grab me some pots that are appropriate in size. And I'm going to go over there to my wet horse manure pile. And I'm going to grab me some sand over there, and I'm going to mix it on up with sand, composted horse manure, and composted chips. Make a little mix. I used up everything I had over there. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in some pots. And then I'm going to go ahead and transfer these into the pots and put them over here with the rest of my plants. So with that said, let me get started. Okay, so I'm going to have to start the day off today with some $5 a gallon diesel fuel. Remind you, last year I was paying $2.10 for diesel. $5. Incredible. I don't have to tell you guys, you all know it. Oh, I'm getting rained on. Come on, gas, go, 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 go. Well, my tractor's gonna get a washing out here. I just hope it don't get hailed on. Uh-oh. It's coming down hard. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to stop. Don't want water to get in there. Okay, so I'm not a wimp. I could be out in the rain, but it did start coming down hard, and I didn't want water to get in the tank, so I had to pause for a little bit. This is gonna be a good spell, and I think there's some lightning and hail coming. You can see how much it's raining over there, so hopefully we're at the tail end or the side of it. We don't get it much, so let me get back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and got 3 buckets. 1 bucket of pure horse manure, 1 bucket of Florida sandy soil, and then 1 bucket of good composted chips. It's basically dirt now, just about, a little bit of decayed chips in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and mix it, scoop it, till it, do all that so I can put in the buckets. And if you notice, it rained hard last night, so I'm working in mud over here. So I have to be careful when I till it, keep it up high, scoop it up high so I don't get all that mud. But hey, all this here is all manure and sand, and this is where I mix my pile anyway. So let me get to it. Okay, so that was fun. It's all mixed up. It's up nice and high. All that water I was slushing around in is manure. I bet you that would make a good liquid tea. But, hey, there's pathogens in there and stuff, so I'll just let it, in a day or two, that'll be all dry. And then this pile will be dry too, and I'll use it for something else, and I'll even mix more up. So with that said, let me get rid of my bucket and get my pallet and the pots I'm going to plant in. Be back at you. Okay, so I went ahead and hosed off the inside and outside of all the pots, and I have my plants here that I'm going to go ahead and pot. So let me go ahead and start. Okay, I think I'm going to start with my smallest plants first. Okay, so I put the compost in the pots, throw some out, get it to where I want it. Now let's plant them. Just gonna go ahead and dig a little hole right here. Take it out of the pot and just set it in like that. That's fine. We'll do number 2. Just make a little hole like that. Get your plant. Put your plant in the hole. And starting from the sides, put it back in. Press around the sides. You don't want to really press on the top. That's fine. Now I'll water it in. And let's do the last one. Same thing, just move it to the side like that. And then you got compost to push back in. So you got 1, 2, 3 grown out of this one. So you don't want to bury those, so just kind of put it in a little bit. Push this soil back down. Push it in just a little bit. Push the sides. Okay, that's it right there. Let's plant it. Okay, so let me move these. Okay, so I'm going to want to plant my aloe. Take out any chunks. Round it off a little bit. So let's see, that's about there. That's about there. That looks good. And that's my aloe plant. So I really don't want to bust it, so let's see what we could do. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to have to fill in all the way around it. I'm trying to push it around the way that it's leaning. It's okay to leave it leaning, but you want it filled in so the root doesn't lean. Okay. Okay, all I did was lift and pack it on the side to hold it up. Okay, that looks good. I'll water all that down. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my elephant ears. These are going to be jumbo, really big elephant ears. So I got a good sized bucket for them. Okay, I put that aloe label back on. I know what it is, but you could always read about it. Okay, so there's my label. I started these in the house under my LED lights with bulbs until they came up. So I had them outside hardening up. Now it's time to plant. Move the dirt to the sides like that. And then you can put this in. You can see all the roots it grew right here. Looks like a nice healthy plant. Okay, so right here, if you can see in there, this is the pot, the top of it, that I just set in there. I don't want to go over that, so I don't want to bury it, so it's just even with that. Let's go ahead and do another. Okay, that looks good. Nice healthy root system. Okay, same thing with this. I planted it level right there. I didn't want to come up over it. Okay, let's do another right here. Okay, let's take a look at that. That looks good. Nice healthy root system. Throwing the excess out. I just want to make sure it's level. Okay, so that's level to that pot. Okay, so this is the smallest one, and there's 3 coming out of it. But let's go ahead and pot it. Okay, that looks like more than enough, so let's pull it out. That looks good. Hold the plant. I always put my fingers in between a plant to turn it over. That way you don't hurt the plant. See all those roots? That's it. I'm filling in around it. Trying not to push down on the root system. Okay, so these are all potted. So I want to go ahead and put chips on them. Here's a thing of chips. You know, I'd rather do it when I'm not this messy, but... So anyway, just take your chips. Put it in gently. Remember, the chips are there to retain moisture and to keep the weeds down, because that is horse manure. So anyway, that's how I'm going to do all of the pots. But for right now, I'll just do the little bit I have here. Okay, once again, the chips that I'm using are just good chips that the tree services bring me. It's not store-bought. It's not dyed or anything. So, there you go. I'll just leave it right now, and I'll do it on a dry day. So let's go ahead and put these plants where they could go ahead and get some of this rain today and the overcast rays, and tomorrow, and they'll be growing. So let's go. Okay, so I brought them over here. I'm gonna just hose them off a little bit, get the manure off of them, and they have to come in here. Okay, so I'm gonna water them gently just to get the manure off. Okay. So anyways, I'll just set these over here for now. They're the smallest. And these are real pretty when they bloom like that. Okay, so those I bought as clip-ins. I went ahead and did the roots inside under the LED lights and water. Then I potted them. They grew, put them outside, hardened them up. Now they're out here. Now when they keep growing, I'll clip and keep doing it. Eventually I'll have a couple hundred of those out in my garden bed. Not the vegetable garden, but my flower bed. And then the same thing here, I got an aloe plant. I want to put it next to a big elephant ear because it don't want totally direct sun. And the elephant ears don't want totally direct sun, so I'll put that by a banana plant. And I'll put it out here, and I could always move it as it's growing. But for now, they could just stay there on the pallet. Okay, if you're following me and you're watching my videos, you'll know I took this aquarium. It was given to me, and I cleaned it up, and I put tomato plants in it. One I did deep rooted, the roots are down there. The other one's shallow, there's the shallow root. And on this side, the roots over here, and the stem goes sideways and up. You can see they're taken real nicely. That's an experiment I did. Even though I know what the results are going to be, I want to show everybody the difference when you plant them in your garden, what happens to the roots down below. So anyway, there you go. And just around my work area over here, this is where I put potted plants. And then when the potted plants get big enough, either I'll sell them, or I'll plant them, or do whatever I need to do with them. This was a video on potting elephant ears and other plants. Hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to you later.